You know, they say that all good things must eventually come to an end, draw to a close, get to a conclusion, and so will the daily uploads of Isaac videos on the channel. I'm going like really philosophical here. There's actually nothing philosophical going on. It's not that deep. Hi, by the way, how's it going? Yeah, this is the last one. This is the last daily Isaac video I'm making, at least for a little while. I got other things I gotta do, you know? It's been fun. It's been one hell of a year. I can't believe it has already been a year. It's kind of crazy, man. To think about it, right? Like a year of my time has passed. It certainly doesn't feel like it. But a year of just, you know, playing this game once a day, making sure that there is a video for every single one of those days on this very channel, and here we are. Earth's still spinning. Everything's still going fine. What started out as a little way for me to be like, hey, I gotta kill some time. Holy shit, how did I live there, by the way? Ended up being, you know, well, there's still a little way for me to kill some time, but also a few thousand people seem to be vibing with it really, really well, which I like. I appreciate that a whole lot. If this is somehow, some way, the very first one you're finding... that's useless to me. The very first video on this channel you're finding, then hi, I welcome you. I invite you to check out the entire back catalog of 364 other Isaac videos on this channel, as well as other stuff, which, by the way, to get into the meat of it, yeah, there's gonna be more, you know? Like, I'm only stopping the daily uploads. I'm not gonna stop posting on here. I obviously still have plans for content I want to make, and on top of it, plenty of stuff I want to work on for the main channel, which is the main reason why I gotta, like, you know, slow down this channel a little bit. Because as much as it's fun to make an Isaac video a day, there's a lot of things that come with making daily YouTube videos that, you know, you don't really consider. Like, yeah, it's fun, but because you're basically limiting yourself to one type of video, because, like, making a differently unique video every day is way harder and requires exponentially more work than just making one about the same game. I kind of want the keys out of this. I'm also gonna ignore the devil deal today. I just like going angel deals. So, you know, like, like, you start to creatively get put into a little bit of a hole. Like, you kind of have to continue making videos about the same thing, but at the same time, you kind of burn yourself out on it a little bit eventually, if you're not careful. If you're not careful at all. Like, I managed to pull off this year without much trouble. I didn't really feel like I was getting burnt out or anything like that. But can you imagine another 2 years? Like, all that time, you know? I'm sure there's people that have that amount of dedication that they can pull that off. Absolutely, people have done it, but I don't think I consider myself one of them. Beyond just the actual good reasons to not do this. Like, you know, the fact that I should probably wrap up my university at some point, or, you know, just work on bigger projects that I want to work on for my main channel, and also still gotta get through that Lethal Company footage and all that. Like, the thing about that, the thing that's fucked about daily YouTube videos is it doesn't really matter. Like, there's a lot of upsides. First of all, because you're constantly uploading, the algorithm loves that shit because you're constantly uploading, you're constantly getting put into people's recommendeds, etc., etc. Like, people don't even have to subscribe to your channel to stay up to date with what you're posting and stuff like that, which is great. It's great. Downside, though, it's a lot of work every day. Like, even though it's playing a video game and minimally, very minimally editing said video, it's still work that you gotta put in every single day, right? Like, it's like 4 hours of my day, every day, that are just getting sent down the drain. You can't ever take a day off if you want to make a video a day. Okay, yeah, you could, I guess, I mean, I already have a bit of a backlog. Like, this is not it's not the 31st of January when I'm recording this, right? But, you know, you could technically, I guess, do 2 videos in a day, sometimes. But that's even more work. And if you've seen the couple of videos that went up while I was on vacation a couple of times this year, when I had to pre-produce, you know, 2 videos a day for a week or so to, you know, have a bigger backlog, the quality of those has just suffered immensely in comparison to everything else. You know, I said I wanted to go angel deals. Well, you know, we'll see what Satanic Bible pays out with, I guess. We'll see what that becomes, so I can decide whether it's worth it or not. The amount of work you put in if something becomes a routine is already, like, you don't want it to take too much of your time. But then, if you gotta do 2 videos a day, like, if I gotta record two runs in a day, like, okay, I want those runs to be quicker, so I'm not gonna try to min-max as much or try to play the game as well, necessarily. I'm gonna, you know, try to phone it in a little bit, take the easy route. The commentary won't be as good either, which, you know, is saying a lot considering the commentary already probably isn't all that good. But, you know what I mean. You know what I mean, right? it takes a toll on the quality of the videos, inevitably. I'm one dude. I'm just one dude doing this as a hobby, you know? You can't expect me to go that crazy on a Jawbreaker as an incredible pickup. Unfortunately, unless I can gulp it, it will be outclassed within a floor. So, yeah. Let's fight the boss right now, why not? I got a charge ready. So what I'm trying to say is, you know, as much as something can be fun, I've touched upon this before, I feel like if something becomes a routine, that is very dangerous. Because even if it's a creative job like this, or creative, I hate to call it a job, but I guess I am getting a little bit of money out of it, not much. But you know, even if something is like a creative job, something that you do for fun or a hobby, if you put yourself into too much of a routine, if you put yourself into too much of a, let's take this, into like a standard thing that you want to do every time, you start to lose inspiration. You start to lose motivation for it because it's become too much of a routine, right? If you do something regularly, you don't really think about it too much more. You start becoming more efficient at doing it. Like, I've become real efficient at making these daily Isaac videos. The time it takes me to do them has been cut down dramatically. I hate having to re-roll Guppy's head there, by the way, but I kind of want to get my second key piece. I know, it sucks. But at the same time, you know, you also do lose a little bit of motivation for it. And there's other things I want to do creatively. What I do have to say about this channel, like, I guess I can, like, you know, talk about, like, why I made this channel in the first place. Because I've mentioned that, like, the original intent was to be, like, hey, an experiment, right? To see if I can pull off daily uploads. How long can I pull them off? At first, I was just like, how long can I pull off doing daily uploads? Can I do, like, a whole month? Eventually, it turned into, can I try going for a whole year? And the reason I did that was because I was creatively burnt out of my main channel, right? I was trying a whole bunch of new things, but I just didn't find the motivation to, like, work on stuff for my main channel video-wise. I was just out, like, I wasn't out of ideas, but I was out of ideas on how to turn the ideas in my head into something worthwhile, right? Not to mention the fact that it just wasn't working out for me views-wise either. I just didn't know what to do. I was a bit of a, you know, bit of a slump. And what's worked for me in the past whenever I had an issue like that on my main channel was just switch things up in the type of content I create. And it's worked decently well usually. But this time around I decided, you know what, let's just, like, send it. Let's make a completely fresh channel. Just completely from the ground up. Nothing connecting it to the old channel whatsoever. Besides, like, a single post that's like, hey, by the way, I made a new channel, right? So, like, there's, like, maybe, like, 8 people that knew about it beforehand. And just see what happens, right? Let YouTube take it away. And, as it turns out, that was a good idea. Because not only did it, like, revitalize my motivation to work on bigger projects again for my main channel in terms of videos, it also, very much so, worked out just here, right? Like, this channel's been doing phenomenally well, for all things considered. The fact that I basically barely try to game the algorithm. Like, I do a bare minimum of it, and, yet it's been working. And it's a cycle you basically gotta go through, right? For a while it was streaming for me, to just try streaming and do that, and then, you know, I had enjoyment with that, but then, you know, I got denied from becoming Twitch partner, like, 4 times. Well, actually, I applied, like, 2 separate times. And both times they were like, oh yeah, you're so close, but you gotta go a little bit further, even though I met the requirements. Like, they had, like, a requirements you gotta meet, and I met them, and then they were like, nah, fuck you. Oh, I could have had 2 Guppy Hives this fucking run, man. It pains. It hurts, but I want to commit to the angel deals. I cannot take those deals yet, man. Long story short, staying motivated when doing YouTube is a fickle thing. If you're trying to turn it into a job, obviously you gotta go hard on it. Naturally. I've never really committed to that too much. I've always been, like, of the idea, like, I'm gonna do YouTube as a hobby, and if it amounts to something, if I coincidentally luck into making it my job, it's basically the philosophy that people had with YouTube, like, you know, 10 years ago. Like, some old-ass YouTubers that still work on YouTube to this day, or, like, you know, spun it into successful careers. They went into it like this. Oh, they just did it as a hobby. They just uploaded stuff. And then, if they happened to get lucky, they could turn it into a job. They could end up, you know, earning a living off of it. That was my philosophy whenever I started doing YouTube. I was like, yeah, I kind of want to do this for fun. I think I can pull off making some videos that people might find entertaining. And if I can ever earn enough money off of it to make it into a job, that'd be cool. But I'm not gonna go out of my way, right? And I think that's healthy. Because the problem is that not everyone is gonna make it, man. It's hard as fuck to actually have a successful YouTube career. And you could make the best type of content you could possibly imagine. It requires a little bit of luck as well. There's always going to be a little bit of luck involved. A lot of it is just knowing how to game the algorithm, how to, you know, work your way around it. Might as well reroll in here. Ooh, shit, I want that battery. A lot of this is just like knowing how to work around it. Obviously. I mean, that's why this channel did decently well, despite starting at nothing, right? But at the same time, you also gotta keep up with it. You gotta be very, very committed to it. And that's always a fickle thing. But yeah, you know, it's been fun. Nonetheless, it's been fun nonetheless. It's just curious that I chose Isaac as the vessel for daily uploads. I just thought it would work well. I saw it was working well for other people, because it was popping up in my recommended, and I was like, you know what, if they can pull this off, I can as well. That is an incredible item room just across the board, goddamn. So, you know, if you haven't subscribed yet and you have been watching these videos regularly, now's a great time to subscribe. Because I'll be uploading less frequently. It's once every couple of weeks maybe or something like that. I'll have to see, you know, how I can squeeze in those uploads. So, in turn, this also means that I probably won't be popping up in your recommended as often. I don't know. I still don't really know how the YouTube algorithm works with that stuff. But yeah, you know, that is part of it. Where am I, like, where's all the money at, man? I need 1 coin. There is one right here. I just want to get that battery off the shop, man. Like, is that too much to ask? I mean, I guess I could always blow up a donut machine if I desperately need to. I have a mantle. I can do this. What do we have in here? Oh, there's the money. Okay. This point I might be able to buy both, if I am lucky. You know what? Fuck it. Screw the donut machine. I want PhD as well. I want good pills no matter what. Experimental pill. Shot speed up. Who cares? Tears up. Amazing. Incredible. It's been a fun time. Hope to see you around more. And all that. It's always weird. I'm pretty sure like every one of them, like actual YouTubers that, you know, do shit for a job or whatever, that have quote unquote been quitting lately, probably felt a similar way, where they're like, you know, this has been like my life, or like this has been like a major part of what I've just been doing for the past year, a major part of what's just to find your routine, right? And then you're just like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stop that for now. But really, the biggest part for me is that I've never had the ability to take a day off, right? Like, even if I go on vacation, I just gotta work more beforehand. Like, not being able to just for a day be like, I don't feel like doing anything today, I just want to, like, relax and chill. Well, that's gonna cut into your backlog immediately, so you better be ready to, immediately make up for it, a day later by working more again. Like, it's so messed up, you know? Like, you can only afford to do it a couple of times, and then your backlog is exhausted, right? It's a bit annoying. It's a bit of a problem when you commit yourself to this. Obviously, it's self-inflicted commitment, right? Nobody's forcing me to do this. Nobody but myself. It's part of the challenge I set for myself. Yeah, obviously. It's not like I'm gonna, you know, get fired or whatever. If I had missed a day, nobody would have really cared, probably. But I would have cared. I did it for the sake of, you know, myself, to prove to myself that I could do it, that I could creatively keep myself rolling, and what I got out of it is you know, some great ideas, I guess. There's my perfection, by the way. That's what I've been looking for. I will just take this for even more luck. Now if I find an apple, I will be exceedingly happy. I love that this run is going mighty fine, by the way. Good way to close it out with the daily up. A good way to draw this chapter to a close, or something like that. What do we have in here? I don't need the speed, I don't need the matchbook. Oh yeah, I got an extra charge. Lamau, I forgot about that part. Already, that I had the battery to allow me to hold an extra charge, which all things considered isn't even that crazy, but whatever. Okay. More speed ups. I am out of keys, apparently. I never noticed. What the fuck? Okay. Almost took it by accident instead of re-rolling it, which is what I wanted to do. Secret room right here. Secret room right here. Hey, hey. Perfect. Exactly what I needed. Anyway, ooh, Capricorn, thank you very much. Oh my god, this seat is kind of stacked, man. Like, what the hell? It's just good items to just show up. The item rooms, I've always, like, you know, chosen item, and then it turns out that the mystery item was also good. Arguably better. Kind of crazy like that. Is this where we gotta go, like, get an engagement bait, and I'm like, leave a comment stating your favorite moment over the past year of Cerny videos on this channel. What has been your favorite Isaac run that I've done all year? So unbelievably tuber-pilled? God damn, dude. I think I've established quite clearly that I hate being that kind of guy. It's very, 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 very cringe. Very, very cringe. Mortirate, I can use it. I can't believe I keep getting devil deals, man. I need one more key piece. What is this? well, at least they're still not amazing, so it's not like I'm missing out on anything. I wouldn't have minded taking either Guppy Piece on the downpour. I wouldn't have minded taking Dark Matter there, you know, if I was committed to devil deals. It's what I would have done. Unfortunately, no such luck. Here's an experiment. So you know how there's a chest in here? What if I use the iframes to get out, and then I can grab the stuff? Oh, that only works because it's a small room, and it was kind of close to the exit. I mean, it could have maybe worked elsewhere, but yeah, I guess I should have just remembered I had this chariot card, and then I never would have had to worry about that to begin with. I suppose that would have been a smart move. Yeah, you're right. So what's the next thing to expect on this channel? Definitely a Lethal Company video. It's probably going to be longer as well, because I'll have more time to work on it. And I'll take all the footage I have. There's a lot of great stuff, man. There's a lot of great footage that I have. Turn it into a big old video. Have that go up. Inevitably get like a quarter of the views it normally would if it were an Isaac video. But you know, that's part of the charm. That's part of the game. I can't complain about it. It's part of the game. And I can also focus on the big projects I have planned for the main channel. Let me guess, it's not going to be a crawl space. It never is. It never is, man. I never know for sure. Is it guaranteed that it can't be a crawl space on the dirty bedroom? Is it always going to just be a trapdoor down? Or can it be a crawl space and the chance is just low? That, I guess, we'll never know for sure. Unless I were to look it up. There's probably, you know, a place we can look that up. Not Google, that's for sure. You can't look that shit up on Google anymore unless you type Reddit into the search afterwards. Because actually looking stuff up on Google has become impossible. It has actually been... I saw that recently. There's a scientific study now that has proven that it has become... Like, the internet has become less searchable, or specifically Google has become less usable because of search engine optimization, and now even more so because of AI-generated results. Which is very funny to me. Because I've known this for years, that Google has become unusable unless you type whatever question you have, followed by the word Reddit into the search bar, so that you would get a Reddit thread as a result, where like actual real people are still talking about what you want, and immediately jump to the conclusion that you want to see, instead of, you know... Like, if you look anything up on Google nowadays, you get like a... You get like to an SEO'd page, which is actually just like an article that's probably riddled with ads, but because you use adblock like a normal human being, you don't see the ads. But then, you know, like the first... It's like completely unformatted. It's like nonsense. Like you have a tech issue, for instance. It's nonsense fixes or generic shit that you've already thought of, like, oh, restart your PC. Like, oh, no shit, right? Oh, I can fix this issue with my PC. I should try restarting my PC. I've never tried that one before. Like, obviously, I've tried that one already. Get to the fucking meat of it, right? They got like for instance, sometimes with my mic in Discord, I've got this very specific issue where it sounds a little crackly. It sounds like a little, has like a little, you know, buzzing noise or something like that. My mic sounds completely fine everywhere else, like right here, for instance, on these videos. I can get a little bit of tear out of this. Not much, mind you, but a little bit. So, like, obviously it's like an issue with Discord. Turns out there's a fix for it. It's a highly specific fix, and it's really annoying, and you gotta, like, you know, open the sound settings menu on Windows and then keep that open. And it only happens sporadically as well, which is why it's such an annoying issue. But, you know, how did I come to learn of that fix? Because somebody on Reddit had the same exact issue and fixed it that way. That's how I found out about it. As much as I like to shit on Reddit, it is a good hub for information. Actual, helpful information instead of, you know, garbage. Like, you would have never found one of those fucking tech help articles that are just AI-generated shit. Or, like, you know, internet-scraped stuff that doesn't make any fucking sense. Ooh, Jacob's Ladder. Thank y'all, thank y'all. You know, like, it's annoying. It's annoying as hell. To try and search for any tech issue if you don't go to Reddit, basically. Well, as long as Reddit is still around, I guess we won't have that issue too much. Claw game is also interesting here. I did just get a nice little cash injection. So perhaps, just perhaps, there's actually something I can do with this. If it likes to pay out. Never mind, it's never gonna pay out, huh? Okay, never mind, I got at least something. I don't mind the cards. I guess I'll reroll the d4, make it disappear. Never mind, the cards are all pretty middling, huh? Blowing up these guys should give me some more deal chances, which are nice. Although, playing the charge back up would have been nice, but whatever, it doesn't really matter. I'm not gonna waste 2 keys on this. There's no way it's opening in 2 keys. So yeah, lots of yapping about something that nobody actually cares about. You know, it's the creative process of doing YouTube and stuff like that. It's always an interesting thing to reflect on, I think. Having that look at it. This is useless to me because I can't gulp the trinkets anyway. I guess we're going down. Have a look in here. Ooh, damage. Nice. I love damage. There's nothing I like more in this game than damage. To everybody who's been commenting, waiting for him to play this character, I'm sorry to disappoint you that I didn't end up playing the characters you've been asking me to play. Unfortunately, I hate those characters. But, you know, maybe once I've got more time, I won't feel as pressed to, you know, have the videos done on a certain schedule. And I'll actually commit to playing the shitty characters I don't like, you know? It's always possible, who knows? When it becomes a little bit more leisurely. It is funny for me to think like, oh yeah, you know, I've been spending so much time every day on making these Isaac videos, when it's not like they were high-cultured content. Oh, here we go again. You know, it's not like they were fucking crazy high effort or like heavily edited or something like that. But I will have to say, or like I would like to say, that I think the quality of the videos is better when I only do one a day. I feel like the quality of the videos is worse. It's a very marginal difference, but there's even less editing when I have to make 2 a day when I was traveling. And the videos ended up being shorter because I just wanted to cut it shorter. Right? Also because there was just less commentary and less stuff going on. They didn't try to, you know, be as rigorous in making them anything special. Wormfriend is just kind of good, man. It's just kind of good, man. Nah. Okay, well, I got this charge key as well, waiting. Burn a hole in my pocket. Yeah, sure, why not? I have now run out of money, but thankfully Hive Mind is on sale. You'll love to see it. What I do think I've done over the past year though with these videos on this channel is I've gotten a lot better at Isaac. Like, I already was okay at Isaac before. Obviously, I played it for hundreds of hours even before I started this channel. Sure, I'll take a Holy Light here. Finally got my second damn Angel deal, by the way. But you know, I still struggle with quite a lot of basic stuff. But now, I won't like pat myself on the back too much, but I would definitely say I've gotten a little bit better at Isaac. I've accumulated a decent chunk of okay play, I would say. Of course, this is a Curse of the Lost, by the way. On the run where I'm like, oh, maybe I could have made Hush here. In my head, at least, I was thinking like, oh, maybe I could make Hush now. I picked up the pace quite a bit, so it's possible. Plus, Holy Light is an insane tier effect when you have 18 luck. Holy shit, when did that happen? I don't know, I've gotten a lot of pills, I guess. I guess I should still pop this I Can See Forever anyway. And also, let's do that. Okay, let's not do that, I guess. You know what's another crazy realization I made earlier today? And this is something that people probably already, like, paid attention to and known way beforehand, but I just made this realization now. So, you know how Will Smith is married to Jada Pinkett Smith, right? Their names are Will and Jada. Did they really get away with calling their kids Willow and Jaden? Why is nobody talking about this? Why did they get away with that? What? Like, Willow is just the female version of Will. Jaden is just a male version of Jada. How did they get away with this? What do you mean they basically just named their kids after themselves? What? That's only one step up from calling your kid Your Name Junior, which I think is the laziest way you could ever name a child. By the way, I know I could have made Hush if I fought the boss right there, but I kind of want to make use of this I Can See Forever I used, and, you know, this Twilight doesn't actually seem that terrible. Plus, I got a couple of curse rooms to explore as well, you know? The Holy Light is crazy. The Holy Light is actually wild here, man. I love it. Because the sparks from Jacob's Ladder between enemies still trigger Holy Light to proc as well, which makes it just so much better. Let's go, baby. No more deals, that's fine. Up we go. You know what this has illuminated to me as well? There's a surprising amount of people whose daily routines just involve, they're just like me. Whose daily routines just involve logging on to YouTube whenever they're having a meal, like in the evening, for instance, or something like that, and just watching like a 20-30 minute YouTube video, like, or like not like a video maybe, but like, you know, 20 or 30 minutes of YouTube. It turns out there's more people like me. I always thought like I was a way of an outlier with how much I use YouTube as my main means of entertainment, because it really is. Like, I don't watch TV, like normal TV. Obviously, sometimes I'll watch like a TV show or a movie that can be ours to pirate them. Because my ass is not paying for that. Especially nowadays with how streaming has become, like, so much fucking crazier. It's just cable now, right? It's just become so much worse again. I saw a picture, the other week. Ironically, it was about Pokemon. If you wanted to watch all, like, 20-something seasons of Pokemon, you would have to go to, like, 7 different streaming services and buy them. And because every service only has, like, 1 or 2 seasons each, which is crazy. Like, how did we, as a society, allow the industry to have this happen? How are we allowing them to get away with this? How come the official Pokemon channel, which is an official streaming service apparently that you can buy, doesn't have all seasons of Pokemon? Huh? What do you mean the official rights holders of the intellectual property don't have the rights to all the seasons? What do you mean? Like, I was already, you know, like, constantly on board with pirating movies and TV shows, but this type of shit has just made it even more apparent. It sounds cringe to quote Gabe Newell of Valve, but he was right when he said, piracy is usually not a money issue. I'm not opposed to paying for the media I consume. It's an availability issue, though. I don't mind paying, like, if there was one streaming service that had everything I want to watch, like, literally everything I would ever want to watch, I wouldn't mind paying, like, $10 a month for it. Yeah. Well, more like 15 nowadays, but still, like, even that I'd be probably okay with. It's an availability issue, though. Each streaming service probably only has, like, 1 or 2 things I want. It doesn't have them necessarily in the way I would want them, potentially. So, why would I bother with that when I can literally just download that shit for free, right? And that's the issue that Steam solved with gaming, right? And I wouldn't be surprised, like, obviously there's no way to, like, quantify statistics like this, but I wouldn't be surprised if since, like, the advent of alternative game stores to Steam, especially the EGS, and games being exclusive to those game stores, if since that has started happening, the amount of people pirating games would have also gone up. Like, I think the likelihood that your game is getting pirated would be significantly higher if it's not released on Steam. It's not a matter of Valve having a monopoly on the game distribution market, it's a matter of the fact that they just have the best product. They were early, yeah, I mean, that helps a lot as well, right? They were early to the market, so naturally, people are more inclined to continue using what they already know, obviously. But it's that none of the competitors have managed to really have a compelling offer either. Anyway, well, how did we get here? See, this is what always happens when I start talking about stuff. This is what the flow state that I've been in whenever I've been recording these runs over the past year. Sometimes I just start talking about random shit, and I just kind of lose track of where I am, of time and what's happening and what I'm doing. Sure, I'll take Scorpio, why not? So I just kind of like, you know, enter this flow state. It's kind of like when you're driving. Sometimes, like, if you have a driver's license, you can probably relate to this. Sometimes when you're driving, especially if it's a bit of a longer drive, like up to an hour, maybe 45 minutes or something like that. A lot of it is like just repetitive. Like you're just like on a highway or something like that. You just kind of fucking blank out. You just phase out of like your consciousness. Like you're still obviously consciously driving. Obviously, otherwise you would have made an accident by now, right? But you're not really doing anything. You're not really thinking about anything. You're just kind of there. You're kind of just chilling. You're just existing. That's what this is, man. This is like a bit of a flow state. I'm just in the zone, just locked in, playing Isaac for these videos, talking about random shit that goes through my head, and well, suddenly I look at the clock and it's been 40 minutes and we're almost done with a run. Like, what happened? You know, what's going on? It's just kind of wild like that. I love that I have 19 luck, by the way, man. I'm gonna be getting chests out of the ass. It's so good. Every room has one, and every one of them so far has been complete dog water. I'm sure the next one will be good. Don't worry. The rerolls will bail me out. Lodestone's pretty nice. What about you? Yes, a little bit of damage goes a long way. Finally cracked the 10 damage threshold. Yeah, I'll take a botfly. I'll reroll this again. I don't care about Dirty Mind. Holy shit. Alright, that's pretty good. Yeah, I can live with that. Yeah, I should have just taken Dirty Mind, to be honest. Although it's not like there's many poops for me to break at this point, so I guess it wouldn't have done too much. Sure. Make it a cane run at the very end, why not? Sure, I'll start taking some conjoined pieces, I guess. I can't believe this doesn't count as conjoined, which is honestly crazy. What do you mean little chubby's not a conjoined piece? He's like a little fella that follows you around. That's my definition of a conjoined piece. Yeah, cute baby is? Somehow? But succubus isn't? It's weird. Oh my god! I mean, it does barely anything considering I have Cricket's head, but it's still funny as hell. Obviously, I gotta take it. I have to take Magic Mush, I can't just pass it up when it shows up like that. Like, what? What do you mean Cricket's head and Magic Mush basically show up back to back like that? Oh, a Tractor Beam as well. Nice! That's quite the tier rate buff. I love it. Hello there. Oh, I get to reroll a little bit more. I should have probably opened the chest before I did. Oh well, I guess these are both mine now. Let's have some fun, shall we? It should be a pretty easy affair. I do wonder how Angelic Prison interacts with Tractor Beam, as in, like, what happens to the tears that pass through it? they stay in the beam, I guess. Maybe they seem to split a little bit. I mean, the lasers splitting off are just the beam crossing through it, which is weird as well. Oh god, I love the holy lights, man. They're so good. They're really what elevated this run, because before that, or without them much rather, I feel like this would still be a little mediocre. But with the holy lights, holy shit, man. Okay, so it seems like Angelic Prism kind of just stops me from firing. The tears that go, it just blocks my shots. That might be like a bugged interaction with the tractor beam mod or something like that. Probably. It seems a bit annoying, but it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really limit my DPS that much. Like, look at that, I shot at it and no tears went through. They just kind of stopped existing. Bit of a shame. Anyway, let's stack up boogers on this guy and just go to town. Lodestone procking on him would be a great timing right now. Just saying. Lodestone if you wanna. Thank you. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. Make it a good one for the final run of this channel, right? It makes it sound so final. It's not that final, man. Let me use power pill here, I don't feel confident. Dodging that pattern. That pattern is a pretty nasty one, especially when it's like slowed down and shit. Anyway, he's done. He's done for. And there you go. Well, well, well. All good things must come to an end. Yada yada, don't be sad it's over, be glad it happened or something like that. It makes it sound so pretentious and so self-important and self-grandiose. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed yourself as much as I have over the past year and everything that has been on the Isaac videos on this channel. I'll see you around, not tomorrow, but sometime in the next weeks, probably. And probably not Isaac, at least for a little bit. But yeah, you know, if you like what I'm doing, if you want to have funny laughs, now's a good time. Subscribe, stay tuned, check out the main channel for the old stuff on there, but also the new stuff that will be coming out at some point later this year. And I'll see you around. Maybe I'll actually, final shout out. Maybe now with this done, I'll actually start picking up streaming again as well. So Twitch is linked in the description. If I'm streaming, it'll be on there. I had plans on coming back into streaming when I started this channel, and I never did. I tried it like once or twice, and I was like, nah, this ain't for me. But maybe, who knows? Maybe this year's the one where I actually get back into streaming. So yeah, I didn't even touch upon that part. So yeah, you know, besides that, see you around, I guess. Bye-bye!